This is the Will Podcast.
Once again, we are sponsored by the Cooper Brothers Clothing Store. If you haven't visited them yet, you need to visit them right now. They are the ultimate gentleman store. They have everything. Suits, ties, bow ties, shoes, socks. They even have a connected barbershop to their store. If you have any event coming up, the races, a wedding, you need to visit their store. For the limited time only, they are offering all listeners to the podcast 20% off. Online code is the Will, and if you mention the podcast in store, you get 20% off. Everyone in Sydney needs to go to Castle Hill Towers Mall, level 2, Cooper Brothers Clothing. Welcome back to the Will. This is episode 9. Thank you for joining us. Today's sported topic is the NFL, and luckily for myself, I have the help of 4 friends. I've got the returning Clint, Davey, Jake makes his long-awaited return, and DC is here for his first episode. How are we, gentlemen?
Fantastic, mate.
Pumped. Very good.
Pumped?
Ready for tomorrow.
Just
Ready?
missing Will's
Yeah, we're missing you. Come back to us soon, brother. So today's podcast is about the NFL. So obviously the NFL kicks off tomorrow with the reigning, defending champions. The Philadelphia Eagles are playing the Atlanta Falcons. There's 2 salty people at the end of the table, and they will explain why. So quickly before we start, DC is a Chargers fan.
Bolts Nation, baby.
Clint is a Cowboys fan. Davey is a surprise goes for the good team, the Patriots fan. And Jake is a Steelers fan. So if there's any bias through the podcast, you know why. So what we'll do, we'll start off with the off-season moves. So I'm just going to run over the big contracts that were given out in the last, I guess, couple of weeks. And boys, if you just want to chime in and just say what you think about it. So the biggest one out of all of them was Aaron Rodgers. So he got $180 million over 5 years with $100 million guaranteed. Was it worth it, boys, or overpaid?
100% worth it.
Worth it easy.
Worth it.
Worth it?
Worth it.
for a Pats fan?
Yeah, oh man. Trust me.
Wait. If Green Bay wins the Super Bowl this year, he'll be wearing a Packers.
Yeah, he'll be 100%.
Nah, you just gotta recognize, man. Like, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's amazing. I love to watch him play.
Yeah.
Just like when you love the sport itself, like he's amazing. You know, like.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. I love Rodgers. It's a lot of money, and it was still. I think he still had 2 years on his contract, so it was just kind of saying, "We don't want you to go anywhere.
Yeah. For life.
You don't even think about anything else. We're all good."
Yeah. So everyone agrees that was worth it.
Yeah.
The next one, so it was a bit of a surprise. So the Raiders held out on Khalil Mack. So they eventually traded him to Chicago. Chicago's given him $141 million and $90 million guaranteed. Worth it or overpaid?
That is 100% worth it, but it is a massive screw up on Oakland's part.
Yes.
The whole thing came about because John Gruden didn't want to pay Khalil Mack.
Yep.
He didn't even talk to Khalil Mack as soon as he got in the building when he took over the job. So Raider Nation's going to be real upset by this. In terms of Chicago wins the offseason in my opinion because they just pulled the best defensive player.
Yep.
And added it to a pretty damn good defense.
Yeah, that's already quite good.
Very stout.
Yeah.
I like Trubisky. I think he'll go well this year as a quarterback. So I think they made a good move.
How did Chicago end up with him?
I
don't know idea. But I think the real loser here is Aaron Rodgers. He's got to play Khalil Mack now when they were kind of going for him.
I think the biggest one that kind of whiffed on this was Cleveland.
Yeah,
there was a number of teams that were
I
interested.
wish Cleveland had got him.
But Cleveland really tried for him.
That would have been awesome.
They would have added him with, what's his name, the young pass rusher they picked up last year, first overall.
Miles Garrett.
That's the one. And you would have had the two of them. Garrett tears people apart already.
Yeah. And then you would have Khalil Mack on the other side. On the other side, yeah.
With your new number 4 pick corner in Ward.
But what does Cleveland have in draft capital?
They still got a fair few.
They've got a few picks.
Because Chicago gave up, they gave up a sizable...
2 first rounders.
2 first rounders.
Yeah, and then a few dodgy picks.
And then a third, I think it was a third, and I think it was either a 5th or a 6th, and got a second in return for Mac. I mean, but...
So they did get a couple back, but what they had to give up for it, like, Oakland's clearly going through a rebuild now, and...
They kind of don't have to, though.
They didn't have to, but now they are. So.
They picked up Jordy Nelson for nothing.
As they say, 50% of every one of your draft picks, especially first round, is a hit or a miss.
Yeah.
But what's the chances of you drafting the next Khalil Mack?
That's what I mean. That's
Yeah,
why Oakland screwed that up.
That's what I mean. Like, that's where Cleveland kind of stuffed up. If I was Cleveland, and I'm not an AFC South and North anything fan, I don't care. I've got no horse in the race when it comes to Cleveland. They're turning it around, and they could have made it real big.
Yeah. I'll ask Jake and DC, are you guys happy not to see Khalil Mack in the AFC now? Especially
from a division standpoint, it's Chargers are going to roll over everybody. Yeah, I am going to say that we're biased, but it's also pretty, subjective as well because Kansas City's gone through a rebuild because they dropped all of their defense.
Yeah.
Oakland has just shot themselves in the foot by giving away Mack. And then the Broncos, Broncos aren't the same of old since they won the Super Bowl. So it's going to be
You never know with them, yeah.
You never know, but I think
Broncos?
I mean, they're going downhill, but you never know where they're going to be.
Especially
I think from a running game perspective, it's going to be really, really good for the backs of that division to be able to have a bit of a field day without Mac there. So
yeah,
yeah,
Khalil Mack's a bad boy. Next one, we'll move on to. Sorry, Clip. You
I was just going to say, Case Keenum. He hasn't kind of really shined.
Yeah, he's been a bit of a flop.
Pre-season either.
Case who?
Case Keenum. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We'll move on to something Jake will like. Antonio Brown, 68 mil over 4 years. Happy, overpaid. I think it's too little, to be honest.
I think it's not enough.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the Madden curse, mate?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but at the same time,
Not at all.
see what he got paid and he took it. That's what they needed to do to get Khalil Mack over the line. Like you had to really pay him that much money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To actually entertain the idea of him leaving. Because if Antonio Brown's worth way more than that, man.
Yeah.
Like what he got.
Yeah. For what he produces.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
a freak.
Well, considering what he is.
Yeah.
He's a small receiver.
Yeah, very small.
Okay, well, are we gonna unanimously consider him the best wideout in the league?
Yes. By a mile.
So when Julio gets his
I was
extension,
going to say
he's obviously gonna blow AB out of the water. Is that gonna be Odell?
Odell's already done it. Odell done it 2 days later.
Yeah, so
we'll move on to Odell's next, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think it was too little. I think.
Yeah,
Julio. But, I mean, it's a steal. You get him for that.
pun intended.
Yeah. I think Julio he'll surpass both of them eventually, but I think he's underpaid because he's that good, and considering he has probably the top 2 running back in his team, and he still puts up good numbers. Says a lot about him. What do you think, Jake? Steelers fan?
Yeah, I'm happy he's still in Pittsburgh. He's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, he's pretty good. We'll move on to the next wide receiver who pretty much eclipsed him. So that's Odell Beckham Jr. signed with the Giants, $95 million over 5 years, and $65 million is guaranteed. Happy or overpaid, Clint?
I'd like to say overpaid.
Yes.
Shouldn't have done it. Should have gone out of division. Should have left. But that's as a Cowboys fan, I hate seeing him and I hate that catch.
Yep.
That was against Dallas.
Yeah, it was.
So, but I would have loved to have seen him with
Somewhere
a star
else?
on his helmet.
Yeah.
I think he'd look great with that. But
I agree with you, but I think that's a bit of a desperation move on the Giants' part because you have a bad situation at quarterback.
Yeah.
You have the backup situation that Eli Manning is. What is it? Does anyone even
No
know
one
who he
even
is?
knows.
No.
I don't even think they've entertained the idea anymore.
Yeah, so you've got a chance where Eli's probably might get sat again by the end of the season, where he won't start a game. And out of desperation, they've tried to keep some star power in New York, but based on what his production was last year, even with his injury, and then the season before that, I think it was a bit of a stretch for them to sign him for that much. So
Yeah. David, Jake, what are your thoughts on it?
I agree that they're desperate
Yeah.
with the amount of money that they paid him, but Beckham's good. He's just gifted,
Yeah.
but I think he's got to earn it now.
Yeah. He's probably the
Especially
most
when they're paying that
talented,
money.
easily,
Yeah.
but he's real immature, and that's what I don't like about him.
start putting in the work.
I'm happy. I'd pay him whatever he wants, man. I honestly rate him quite highly.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
think
He's talented. He's just immature.
On the field, he's
I'll put it on this. If I had the opportunity to sign him on my Madden squad, I won't do it.
You'd pick Antonio Brown over.
There's at least 3 other receivers I'd pick over him.
Julio, I think.
I'd have 2 over him. Man, that's probably about it. Oh,
quick
Green,
question:
Hopkins.
Which quarterback with any decent receiver before him who's not a better quarterback? Like, AB's got Roethlisberger throwing to him.
Yeah.
Julio Jones has got Matt Ryan throwing
Yeah.
to him.
Odell's got an Eli.
Eli is probably the worst of the kind of
The gun wide receivers.
the quarterbacks thrown out to a decent receiver.
Yeah.
He's from the same draft class as Rivers and Roethlisberger, and
Yep.
two of those quarterbacks are still going strong. One of them has also, Eli's won 2 Super Bowls, but
That's on the back of a great defense.
exactly,
Yeah.
and the coaching, like you've seen,
And the lucky catch.
Well,
that helmet catch saved his ass.
yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Eli, Odell's produced with somebody who's as erratic as that. Because let's not lie about it. Like Roethlisberger's never led the league in interceptions, has he?
No.
Eli's done it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Like Odell did that, and then you look at what the Giants did last year. Without Odell, they dropped right off the planet.
But it's really no excuse because they still had a good receiving, duo with Sterling Shepard. You had
He went down injured as well.
He did, but it's you had Evan Ingram kind of picking up the slack a bit. So just that team just needs a little bit more depth.
Yeah. And he's just taking most of the money too, so they don't really have much to offer elsewhere.
Eli will be gone in a couple of years.
Yeah.
That money will go.
They'll have to reload somehow.
They will.
Yeah.
They'll draft a quarterback next year.
And the last one is the reigning defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. He got 135 mil, 86 guaranteed.
Not enough.
Not enough straight away. I'm saying that he's underpaid.
Yeah,
He's a
I
beast.
don't care.
He's Warren Sapp point too. He's small, but he's quick. He is an
How
animal.
dirty would you be there? Like literally a day later, Khalil Mack
Mack
steals
gets
your
traded,
title.
steals the title. The shortest reigning.
Well, it was a bit of a Mexican standoff between those two. Who was going to budge first and who was going to get signed first?
Yeah.
Because I know that Khalil Mack was holding out to see what Aaron Donald got to see what he can get from Oakland. And then once that happened, then it was kind of like a cascade of events after that. So but 100%, like I think Aaron Donald is definitely. No, that's well deserved.
Yeah, I think he's underpaid still, but I guess you look at their roster now. Though,
I said the same thing,
but there's probably they can't get any more money. They got Sue, they got Talib.
It's way too full of star power.
Yeah, that team is crazy. Hey,
it's a great amount.
It is, really good, 100%. He's the second highest paid ever. So
see his press conference, he wasn't upset.
Yeah. So that was the big contracts in the off season. So there's been a lot of moves, a lot of people. So let's talk Le'Veon Bell, Jake. Le'Veon Bell is holding out, and he's not ready to play next week because he's still holding out. So, what are your thoughts on that? He's probably the best running back in the league, and now he's leaving his team high and dry. What are your thoughts?
It's frustrating.
Yep.
As a Steelers fan.
Yep.
Every time I hear something about Bell now, I just don't believe it because it's all just garbage.
Yeah.
But what I heard, like he won't be coming back till week 10.
That's not good enough.
He has until
what would you take someone?
Week 10.
He has until week 11 to sign his franchise tag, and then he can become a free agent next season.
Why would you?
He's still going to lose $8 million.
Why would
he's going to lose money, but
extra.
he'll make that money back wherever he signs. And the Steelers have obviously made it clear that they're going to play hardball and probably not re-sign him next
year. Will he make it back?
Well,
that's the thing. Like, why would you want to block for someone?
Running backs at what 29-30.
Yeah.
I think if someone offers up a couple of first rounders, he could go somewhere else this season.
Oh, someone will offer. 100%. It's just whether
maybe Oakland can use what they got from Chicago and get him in Oakland. So
he kind of suit their style. John Gruden would love him. He'd suit their style.
Still has a few pieces.
Beast Mode wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, but Marshall Lynch wouldn't like that at all.
Yeah,
but he's rubbish.
Can you really see him playing?
No, he's rubbish. But I mean, like he would Le'Veon Bell would suit their kind of style, like the gritty type of. I mean, I know they're moving.
He's too patient for that division. He'd get eaten alive.
Yeah, too much waiting.
Behind the Raiders line of 17.
Yep.
Yes. Also 16. Yes. When
the
they were just that big
with
grind.
when they had that great season with
when they just come out and just grind everyone in the dust and kind of let Bell find that one spot and go.
Yeah.
But in the team that's kind of now available in last year where they couldn't really open too much.
Yeah.
No.
He'd be a good three-headed dragon because they got Jordy Nelson down there and got Amari Cooper still there.
Do we really want to rate Jordy Nelson though?
I do.
I like him.
I still think he's good.
Yeah.
I mean, he had one of the best quarterbacks ever passing to him. But
I think coming off post-injury, he's never going to be the same player
Hey,
that he
wait.
was. He's got a vastly subpar quarterback compared to what he had.
Yeah.
So
You don't like Derek Carr?
I think that Derek Carr is overrated in a lot of ways. But like if you compare him to Aaron Rodgers, you know he's gone from
I'd be interested to see what
Disneyland to movie world. Like
Yeah.
it's
Carr does
big
this
difference.
Derek Carr? Yeah, I think he had the old syndrome. He got paid and he didn't produce last year, and he got injured. So hopefully he plays better. Any other?
Last season they looked pretty good.
Who?
No, the season before.
The season before.
Yeah, it
right?
wasn't last season. They were horrible last season.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, the season.
They did have a lot of kind of weird injuries and things like that where people were put off. So it was hard. Like I'm not the biggest Raiders fan either, but is it the team from the year before or the team from 2 years ago where they were kind of really, 3 years ago where they were really kind of just an easy target.
Yep. And then they had a good year. 2 years ago they had that really good year.
They come in last. They come in last in that division this year.
Yeah, them or the Broncos, I'd say.
Right.
From a Charts fan. No bias, brother.
Well, that's just objective.
Any other hot topics you guys want to talk about in the off-season? Anything that motivated you, moved you?
I got one.
What's that?
Do we feel John Gruden deserved that much money?
No. He got more.
Talk about big contracts.
He got more money than Khalil Mack. No way.
How many years was that?
10 years, 100 mil.
100 mil. So he gets 10 a year. I mean, it's over more years, but still, he should have made more money.
With coaches, do they get a guarantee?
Yes.
Yeah, his is all guaranteed.
His is 100% guaranteed. So
Yeah,
no
he
matter
gets-
how poorly he does,
He still gets 100
and he's
mil.
off to a fantastic start with this whole Khalil Mack situation.
Yeah.
But I think so. The Raiders have got, I think it's 2 seasons left in Oakland before they hightail it to Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
So whilst the Raiders have got one of the biggest, aside from the Pats and the bandwagon, the Raiders have one of the biggest fan bases in the world.
Yep.
Yes.
Like there are Raider jerseys everywhere.
Yep.
So the Raiders, their fans will follow them to a certain extent, but
Yep.
you're going to kick off a year with a new coach under a new regime who's already pissed off a lot of people saying he's bringing back 1960s, 70s football, smash mouth and all that sort of stuff. He's going to have 100 mil over like 10 years guaranteed, plus they're going to leave Oakland in 2 years. Like it's just... And then you forfeit your best player on the team.
Yeah.
Better than like he was. If we're talking caliber wise, he was above Derek Carr.
Way better.
And I can understand some parts of it because if you have two of your best players taking up that much of your salary cap, then you push come to shove, you're going to have some hard decisions to make. But they're not off to a good start.
He's not off to a good start.
I don't think it's worth it. He's been out of the game for too long.
Yeah, he's a good commentator. He should have stayed a commentator.
Very good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a great.
Monday Night Football won't be
Even
good.
Romo, I'm very
Bro,
impressed with him.
he is the best commentator.
Oh,
he's so good.
Yeah. When there's games on and he's
Yeah,
commentating.
he's
I love
really
it.
good.
The way he predicts the play.
Yeah, he's so good.
He just calls it right in.
He's
Yeah.
like I know I'm changing up to NRL, but Michael Ennis surprised me how good he is at commentating NRL games, and he's the exact same. Romo's the exact same.
It's a pretty different perspective.
Yeah, he's really good. So we'll move on to. So I've asked the lads to predict each winner from each division. So the guys had to do a bit of homework, and Devi was the only one who didn't do it. Surprise! So what we'll do, we'll start with the AFC. So obviously you can't see, so I'll go DC, Clint, Devi, Jake, and then back to myself. So that'll be clockwise, and then we'll go counterclockwise, and we'll move on from there. So DC, we'll start with AFC East. Who is winning the AFC East?
Oh, come on, guys. Patriots.
Patriots?
Patriots.
Yeah.
Clint?
Yeah, 100% Patriots.
Devi, don't even need to ask you.
Patriots.
Jake?
Yeah,
But it's
Patriots.
always tough, man. I'm telling you.
No.
It's harder than it sounds,
It-
but
because
but they do
these
still
are
win it
teams
quite
that we
easily.
actually
Oh,
lose
you don't have Julian Edelman for 4 games.
Yeah.
Boo-hoo.
We need him back.
Are you really
We
worried about like the
No,
Bills
like,
and the Jets?
I'm
Like,
telling
the
you,
rookie
like,
quarterbacks?
Or Miami?
Like every year I watch them, we kind of lose to these teams more than any other team.
Tom Brady's feeling mortality this season, mate. Trust me, he's worried.
I saw some preseason games. I feel like he needs a bit more help this year.
Yeah, that
Tom
dad
Brady?
picture.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go sidetrack here. What I didn't
He's
get...
forcing a lot of
So they
runs
had,
already.
they had Jordan Matthews. They should have kept him. They got, I don't know why Belichick got rid of
The
him.
wide receiver washing.
Yeah, and then he picked up 2 guys and just dished them out straight. And now you got Eric Decker, who's like
No, he
105.
retired already.
He retired.
Eric Decker? No,
After 2 games.
no, not Decker.
But I was
Chris
surprised
Hogan.
because I was actually thinking.
No, Hogan's good. Didn't you pick up? You got Eric Decker and then he retired.
just got
They
there.
signed him, then he retired.
Oh, okay.
Like 2 games.
They've signed someone off
Oh,
the practice squad who's just.
So you're
absolutely
pretty
no
much
name.
your top wideout would be Chris Hogan.
Yep.
at
Yeah.
currently.
Like, he's good.
And
I
Gronk.
like
Chris
him.
Hogan and Gronk.
Yeah,
That's it.
and then Edelman will come
Yeah,
back.
But I mean,
Gronk.
see,
But
but we
if
had
Gronk
like
can stay healthy.
Amendola and
Yeah.
But we had Amendola and things. We had a few options.
Amendola's gone to
Miami.
He's gonna Miami.
For big
Patriots.
money.
Patriots have got like they will find ways to win. Because
Yeah.
Belichick is by far the best coach in this century.
Yeah.
Like he's just on another level. He comes from that whole Bill Parcells coaching tree. Same with Sean Payton and all
I
that sort of
watched that
stuff.
documentary like so.
But where the Patriots are different to everybody else in that division and everybody else in the league for that matter is they have such a committee in their running backs. Like you've got Rex Burkhead who will run but he'll catch. You've got
Yeah.
James White who was a Super Bowl
He was-
hero
he was a good cat. He was good on the-
won
on
them
the
that
air too.
Super Bowl against the Falcons.
Yeah.
You've got they cut Mike Gillislee, but they ended up picking up a couple of other guys as
Who was
well.
the
for
rookie that they drafted?
Sony Michel. So
Yeah.
Sony Michel, like he had a bit of a wavy preseason, so they're a little bit uncertain to him. But I think that if he comes in healthy, like he's going to be their main go-to, especially after
Yeah.
losing Dion Lewis. So
Yeah. That was a big loss.
Yeah, Lewis and
Dion
Gillislee,
Lewis.
I was
That was a big
like,
loss.
Yeah, but we go through this every year, man.
Yeah.
It's like
Where did he go? Tennessee.
Tennessee.
And then Malcolm Butler in Tennessee as well. So
Yeah.
they poaching. We'll move on to Jake. We'll go counterclockwise. AFC North, which is your division.
Yeah, Steelers. I'm still going Steelers
Yep.
to win that division.
Even with no Le'Veon.
Yeah.
David,
Steelers. I mean, Ravens is. I think Ravens this year.
mate, it's one. Pick one team, mate.
Steelers. Yeah.
Steelers.
I like watching.
Clint?
Steelers.
DC.
I'm going to say Steelers, but I think the Ravens are going to get the wild card.
I think so. They're
Yeah. So I'm the opposite. So I think Ravens will win the division, but Steelers will get a wild card. AFC South, DC.
Texans.
Clint.
Jags.
Really?
Yep.
Jacksonville.
Here's a side question. Do you guys think they were a one-hit wonder? I think they were.
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay, well,
I think
Jags-
your number one
Jags-
receiver has gone down for the season. You
Yeah.
lost
I
the
don't
other
know.
one to Chicago.
And Jalen
Free
Ramsey's running his
agency.
mouth way too much.
Yeah.
He's like Richard Sherman 2.0.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette's injury prone, so and
He's-
you've got
he's
and
good stuff.
Yeah, but they rested him at the last part of last year. He did well. They did the right thing. They kind
Yeah.
of held him more out in pre-season, everything like
They
that.
just
You
got-
could
they
throw
just got-
whatever numbers you wanted anybody. Was Dilfer a great quarterback?
No.
No.
I'll
But the Ravens won a Super Bowl with him and a great defense.
I'll touch
Yeah.
on the Jags real quick because another off-season move that only happened last week. Teddy Bridgewater got traded from the Jets to the Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what Jacksonville's quarterback room is a joke.
Bortles.
Blake Bortles, his mechanics throwing, they improved last year, and obviously he played good enough to get them into the postseason. But that defense held them there. That defense is the reason why they went as far as they did.
That's what I think.
And they were able to contend points wise and stuff like that. But the Jags either win big or they lose. They can't win close games. And why they didn't make a push to get Teddy Bridgewater in there
As a backup.
because they were only 2 seasons ago they were considering benching. They benched
That's
Blake Bortles for
Coughlin's-
Chad Henne.
That's Coughlin showing belief in Bortles.
Yeah. Like he did
That's
with Eli.
That is
100% what it is.
For
Yeah.
sure, misplaced belief.
He finished well last year. He did finish
I
well.
will say throw this out there as well. Yeah, Jags have lost all those receivers.
Yeah.
Des Bryant's out there.
That's the thing. He
They-
won't go.
He's asking too much
Yeah,
money.
he's asking way too much. I don't
They've
get
got
it,
it.
man.
If the Browns
I
said
don't know
no,
why. I don't
They've
know
got it.
why he's. I just don't understand.
I reckon he'll surprise the people and turn up there.
I just don't understand why he just won't take what people offer. Like, you're not that good anymore. Like, you're Des Bryant, you're not Des. He's just not that
Yeah.
good anymore. I don't know why.
They're throwing up the X to say no deal.
Yeah, but we'll carry on. So DC, you went Houston. Clinton, you went Jags. Divi,
I'm going Jags.
Jake,
Texans.
I'm going Houston, and I reckon Jags will get the other wild card spot. So
And if Will was here, he'd go Titans.
yeah, that's delusional.
He'd go Titans.
Although they're getting better.
You know what?
They're getting better, but
they're a good
It's like-
team.
I just think
Like, the
like
underdogs. Or
I
something
just think
like
the
that.
Jags will get that wild card. The Jags and
I'm
Pittsburgh.
interested to see how the running game turns out because they took Dion Lewis, But
Yeah.
then you got Derrick Henry, who was behind DeMarco Murray for a while.
And now Murray's gone.
Like that guy, like Derrick, he's very close to breaking out and becoming a big name, I reckon, with Derrick Henry. Especially you put him on the goal line, he just trucks dudes over.
Yeah, that's what I think they'll. So good point there. I think they'll do the same as what the Eagles did last year. So I reckon, Henry will do like the trucking, like Blunt did for the Eagles, and then I think Ajayi will be Lewis, so he'll do like all the.
I think they'll also go over a lot of two-back sets and then Blair Lewis
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
do that stuff and
That's what.
and then
they're in a
have
good
read.
position.
And all it is a read.
Yeah.
If somebody moves with him, as in man,
Just
give it to Henry.
yeah.
I've got a sneaky as well that if Mariota cannot finish a full season, they will draft a quarterback next year.
I like Mariota.
I like him
It sounds
too,
biased
but
because he's Samoan, but I
he
like
can't
him.
stay healthy, and he's
Yeah.
had some iffy throws.
I mean, he got them to the playoffs last year and they won their first game, so that was cool. Although it was kind of iffy, but we'll go
They just won
DC.
that one as well, right?
What's that?
They just won that one.
Yeah, but it was the first win in a long time. AFC East, DC,
West, you mean?
West. This is your division.
Oh, like I said before, Chargers have they're on Bree Street to go all the way through and take that division, especially when they're
Yeah.
Chargers. Okay, reasons why. Kansas City, they had Marcus Peters. He then got traded to the Rams. So they're set. The only real defensive player that the Kansas City Chiefs have now is Eric Berry, and he's struggling to really come back to full form. So the top is coming off of that defense because Keenan Allen, Tyrell Williams, Mike Williams. You've got Melvin Gordon, who's becoming a better pass catcher. Austin Eckler, who's their second string running back. He's really good catching out of the flat. So I think that Kansas City's going to have a struggle with Chargers on week 1. But the Broncos' defense just can't seem to gel together like they used to. They lost Aqib Talib, so they've got a problem there with their secondary. They've still got Chris Harris Jr., so whether he can kind of, hold it together for him is another question. Von Miller has had a bit of a quiet last couple of years. And then you've got the Raiders, and, well, do we really need to talk any more about that? So, Chargers for the AFC West.
Clint, AFC
Yeah,
West.
Chargers, just a weak division.
Yeah. David?
I think we have to go Chargers. I mean, I was going to say Kansas, I think sometimes looks promising, but I still have to go Chargers, I think.
Yeah. Jake?
I went the Raiders.
Explanation?
Yeah.
I couldn't pick a winner in that division.
Yeah, it's probably the hardest
Yeah.
one.
So
to
you
pick.
picked the worst team in it?
I reckon they can still do something. I reckon they'll surprise.
So I'm going Kansas City. I don't know why. I trust Andy Reid. I like Andy Reid.
Yeah,
I've always liked Andy Reid. So I think he'll pull them out.
I think
somehow.
he will be the only reason they get in because
He's
okay,
pretty steady coach.
you've got an inexperienced quarterback. Kareem Hunt is really your only offensive weapon with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
But if
Travis Kelce.
is as well, as long as he doesn't make any stupid decisions against refs and
He's
stays
top-
healthy.
He's top 3.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
But I
he's
think
free.
it all comes down to the quarterback. Like, that signal caller is inexperienced and he might get rattled. Like, it's his second start. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I think Andy Reid's good enough a coach to kind of get
Reid works well with young quarterbacks.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
I
he
think
does.
he's underrated as a coach.
Yeah, he was a great coach. He just didn't work out in Philly. It sucked. So we'll move over to the strong conference NFC. Start with Jake, NFC East. Who you got?
I got Philly.
Music to my ears,
Philly.
brother. Music to my ears. David?
Yeah, I even said Philly's going to make it to the Super Bowl again. So.
Yeah, you did too.
Yeah.
Clint?
Heart says Cowboys, head says Eagles.
Skip
And
Bayless.
there is a reason for it.
What's
I think every team, the strength of every team should be both their D line and O line.
Yeah, and that's what we've got.
And
You guys have got the best offensive
we've
line,
got
though.
a great offensive line.
No
Travis
defensive.
Frederick being an unsure person for the entire year,
Yeah,
and the fact that we can't keep our left tackle healthy
yeah,
for the entire time, and then our D line, as good as it is, we have somebody like Irving who is a wrecking ball,
Yeah.
gets suspended for the second time in 2 years for 4 games. And I think Cox was probably the closest person to a defensive player of the year
yeah.
as you
From
can
our
get for
yeah.
a long time. I give the edge slightly to Philadelphia because of the defensive line I mean, he's got a great offensive line, and
Yeah.
defensive line is just a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
So
You guys got the best. I love Sean Lee. He's beast.
he's,
Des
when
Bryant
he's
doesn't.
healthy.
Yeah, Des Bryant.
Sean the
When he's
Snake
healthy.
Lee.
Yeah, when he's healthy, but he's a freak.
Yeah.
I love Sean Lee. DC, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Philly, but if Eli pulls his finger out and has a good year, I think the Giants.
Oh, you always want to see the Giants, like.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, especially because Saquon.
Not at all.
That the element of Saquon and OBJ coming in with a new paycheck, I think that could be
Just
a
need,
difference
just need,
maker.
Eli needs to fire.
I think it just
or
hinges
they're
on it.
toast.
Yeah, it just hinges
Or
on
they are
Eli.
toast. But I'm going to
Nice.
Eagles. I'm going to Eagles as well because pretty much because we're stacked on both sides. But if Zeke fires for the Cowboys, he's going to be scary.
The question mark for me there is always Dak.
Who's Dak throwing to?
Oh, we got a lot of.
Tavon?
We got Austin.
He's
We've
running
got.
back,
He's alright. He's
We
alright.
got
Tavon.
Cole Beasley. We got what's his name? I can't think of it. The
That's what I mean.
Williams or things like that. But, and we actually had one of Jacksonville's better receivers from 2 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alan
But-
Hearns.
But Dak looks for 5-yard gains.
Yeah,
We never take the top off.
but he does like to spread it out. I'll give him
Yeah,
that. He does
yeah.
like to share the ball out.
But we never take the top off for defense,
Yeah.
which means Zeke's running into 8-man, 9-man boxes every
He loves it,
single
though.
time.
That guy loves it. He's a high compact.
He
running back.
does, but he's also he's young. We don't want to grind him down like
Yeah.
we did with DeMarco Murray. The next year, DeMarco Murray was average, and then
He went to
3
Philly.
years later, he's out of the frigging league.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I don't
that's
know.
the key for us.
So Barkley is scary. So I think like Barkley's scary from New York, and
I
then you
really
got
wanted Giants to pass on him.
and then you got Zeke's scary, and then Washington doesn't really scare me. I think they're the only team that kind of
Really, Alex Smith is so underrated.
yeah, he's a good player. He's good. He's better than Kirk.
Washington's biggest problem is their receivers because they're also injury prone.
Yeah.
But also now with
AP. What about AP?
With
No, no.
well, their rookie
Who's starting?
was supposed to be their number one running back, Geis. But because he went down, their backfield is just such a big question now. So it's funny to see how they're gonna use the running game because AP is only good out of a single back set or an I formation because he just can't grasp the concept of running out of shotgun, which is why he
Yeah.
didn't work in New Orleans
Yeah.
when he got traded. Fat Rob, which is now Fit Rob.
Rob Kelly, my man. He was in my
he-
fantasy team last year.
He's I don't know. He's just really inconsistent. But I think if he's as fit as everyone says, then he might do okay. So he's going to split work probably on the goal line with Chris Thompson, and Chris Thompson's probably going to be their third down back and also catch the ball. So it's going to be interesting to see.
So
how that
AP,
works out.
they've given him the nod. He's going to start, which is cool.
I think that's
love
cool.
AP.
I think they're also going
I
to
love
have
AP.
a lot of pressure in the middle of the field because they got Payne this year.
Yeah.
They got the defensive tackle from Alabama the year before. Give me a sec, Jonathan Allen.
Yep.
They're going to put
That
pressure.
was a great Wikipedia find there, brother.
It was. I was just looking at it because I was sitting there trying to remember what his name was, and I just wanted it. But in the middle of that field, in the defense, they're going to collapse a lot of pockets.
Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the hardest. NFC East or NFC North? Not South. It's probably the hardest divisions. But I think it'd be fun. I think Philly will get it, but not by much. NFC North, Jake, who you got?
I got the Packers.
David?
Oh yeah, Packers for sure.
Vikings.
DC?
The NFC North has become. Yeah, you go.
No, I'd be interested to see Detroit because obviously they've got our ex-defensive coverage.
If everyone can't see, he's doing the mad Wikipedia right now.
No.
So he's looking at
I like how he
standards.
says "our,"
Loyal.
like he's on the staff.
Oh, he went over
He
it.
comes from
Ladies and gentlemen, the
tree.
Patriots have sent their consigliere out here
That's
to
your,
be on the show with us today.
Defensive coordinator went over it.
Yeah, that was like huge.
Matty P with the pencil.
So I'm interested to see.
And Blunt. They picked up Blunt,
Yeah,
Detroit.
yeah.
Was
That's why I'm
right.
just interested to see how they'll go.
Stafford's underrated. Like, he is a good quarterback.
I think he's
But he's had
overpaid.
average
Yeah.
receivers.
Okay,
and a
so
very average line.
He hasn't had a good year
when
since
he had
Megatron.
he had Calvin Johnson, Megatron.
And a horrible offensive line in front of him.
Okay, but
Yeah.
he should still be able to get the ball out quick enough. So I don't know.
He's
I
a
think
good swinger.
Calvin Johnson lit it up.
after the Mac trade, this is now probably one of the most interesting divisions in football because the Vikings are stacked at every single position. They signed old mate Kirk Cousins in the offseason.
I was going to say, they're not stacking quarterback. I don't rate him at all.
But they were exciting.
But
I don't know. Kirk
you
Cousins.
could put.
I don't rate Kirk Cousins.
I think you
would've
could have
taken
kept
Alex
Case.
Smith over
You
him.
could have
100%.
They could have kept either Case Keenum or Teddy Bridgewater,
Yeah.
or they could have even kept Sam Bradford, even though he's injury prone like
And
hell.
just worked with them.
But because of the weapons that they've got to use, they've got Adam Thielen, they've got Stephon Diggs,
Yeah.
you've got Latavius Murray as your backup running back who jumped up to and stepped up big time when Dalvin Cook went down. Dalvin Cook's now back healthy and he's looking to make a name because his rookie year was pretty much non-existent because he dropped out with an ACL. So the Vikings are stacked. Their defense is the best in the league behind Jacksonville.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
ranking 100%.
Ben Newman's now.
Okay.
Newman's been in the league
What about
for
them Eagles?
16, 17 years.
2017 top 3 defenses. What were they?
Jags,
Minnesota
Minnesota, and Eagles.
No.
Yes.
The Chargers.
No.
Were the third.
No.
Chargers were ranked third against the pass.
What about the run? We were
Yeah.
top in the league.
Yeah, you were number 1 in the run.
Yeah. Well, what are we talking? Are we talking
But yeah,
overall or
yeah,
pass?
No, overall they were 3.
I don't know.
Anyway, I think for the North, I'm going with Green Bay. But if the Vikings and even the Bears take that, I wouldn't be surprised.
I went mini purely because they're stacked at more positions than Aaron Rodgers. That's the only reason I went. But Green Bay will pick up a wild card for sure. Aaron Rodgers is too good.
Yeah.
for sure.
NFC South, Jake, who you got?
The South, I got Carolina. It was the same as the AFC West.
Yeah.
Just pick one.
I just had to pick one and
Yeah.
stick with it. So I went with Carolina.
Was there any reason for it apart from just picking it?
Just
Anything
picking
that
it.
led you to him?
No,
No?
no.
I hope McCaffrey plays well. I've always liked McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Did you see that running pulled off?
Yeah,
in
he's a
preseason?
freak. I love
Crazy.
McCaffrey. I've always liked him. I just hope Cam uses him better than he has, better than he did last year. David, NFC South.
That's a tough one, man. Like, I mean, you go Falcons, Panthers, Saints. Tough. It's
Yeah.
tough. Like, I think any...
I think that's the
No,
toughest division.
Yeah, it'll probably be like an
Yeah.
edging out at the end of it, but I wouldn't say one's going to really just take it all. Like, I'd probably, if I had to choose, I'd probably say Carolina.
Yep.
But, I mean, like I said, Falcons and Saints, man, they're still there. Like, anyone can. But yeah, if I had to choose one, I'd probably say Panthers.
Okay, Panthers.
Yeah.
Keep pounding.
Falcons.
Falcons. Clint, DC.
We'll find out
Tim.
tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Get excited. Tampa Bay is probably going to take one of the top 3 draft picks next year, so they'll come last. I don't think Carolina's competitive enough, and I think it'll be the Saints winning it with the Falcons getting the wild card.
I'm going Saints, and I've saved my second wild card for the next division. So next division is NFC West. Jake, who you got?
Seattle.
Woo! I
That's
like
a
it.
big call.
That's a big call. I like it. Explain.
Russell Wilson.
Oh.
Who else?
Batman, huh?
Who else? Earl Thomas
Russell
came back
Wilson.
today, but that's about it.
You
He's
think
gonna
be
step
strong
up.
coming
Don't
out
say
of
Earl
30
Thomas
minutes?
around Clint. They want him bad.
Oh, they'll get him. He'll get traded by the deadline.
I don't think they'll help. I don't think they'll help you guys though.
Just.
Jerry Jones has changed his mindset. He
Yeah.
doesn't trade.
Why would you not pick up the best safety in football? That's weird.
That's a big call again. I wouldn't call him the best safety.
Oh.
He's up there with the best,
Yeah.
but he's not the best.
He's the best in my opinion.
I'd put him right up there.
Yeah.
He'd probably
He
be
flattens
the best.
people, bro.
Reads games, passes, plays the pass.
Yeah,
well.
he
and he
flattens
defends like
people.
nothing else.
Yeah.
For sure, top 3, but I wouldn't say he's the best. But no, he won't be going. If Dallas do a nice deal, then he might go there. But I can see him going elsewhere.
Jake, we'll go back to you. Why do you think Seattle, besides Russell?
I think he's just going to step it up on offense. I
Yeah.
think they're going to have a good offensive year, even though what's happened with their defense. The
Yeah.
Legion of Boom.
It's pretty sad how that's fallen apart pretty quick.
Yeah.
They got their centre back too, didn't they?
Carroll's still there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a
but
beast.
they got their
Such a good
centre
coach.
back who they traded everything for to the Saints to get
Jimmy
Graham.
Yeah.
He's come back and Wilson was better when he had him because he
Yeah.
just controlled
Yeah,
the
Dwayne
line.
Brown as well. They got them.
Yeah.
They got him from the Texans.
Texans last year. But
If,
Yeah, I love
if he
Russ.
can be healthy, I think he can help him out. But yeah.
I think last podcast I said Russell was top 10 player in the league, so it's just surprising.
It's a gutsy pick.
Yeah,
It could work.
Yeah, 100%. I like it.
And Earl Thomas helps that young defense.
So David,
49ers, man, because of Garoppolo. Like,
you think he's that good?
I think,
Oh, what a
They lost-
surprise!
they lost
The
their
Patriots.
Belichick Brady tree.
Yeah.
no, that's not like. I've been a huge fan of the Rams as well.
They
like,
lost their number one running back.
Garoppolo, man. That's all you need. Sometimes you can see that he's gonna.
He needs to stop dating porn stars first.
Whatever works, man.
nothing wrong with
Whatever
His
works.
career's going downhill if he keeps doing that.
But I'm excited about 49. Like, I'm actually gonna watch.
Oh, yeah, I am
every
too,
game. I'm
100%.
gonna wake up and watch every
Yeah.
game.
You're gonna wear your Jared Haynes jersey while you do it.
Jared, there you go. That's us. Jared.
It's a good stadium too. 49ers
No,
stadium.
I mean, like,
really
the
nice.
minute
Yeah.
he got
Really
traded,
nice
I started
stadium.
watching a lot of 49ers games, and it was
Yeah.
exciting, man.
He's gonna be.
But they've got a good upcoming wide receiver, tight end.
Yeah.
And they got Richie Sherman.
They got a great coach.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I wouldn't, like, you know how you're saying Seahawks, I'd probably still put, like, Rams up there.
Yeah. It's
I
a good.
think-
It's a good division. Really good
I think
division.
I'll put Rams before Seahawks and
Yeah.
Cardinals, man. Like, I think it'll be 49ers and Rams.
It's a really good division.
Yeah.
I like the division.
Because I think the Rams have, like,
Dude, they off season was so good.
yeah.
For the record, Rams are my pick here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's, again, defense.
Yeah. They did like an
Okay,
Eagles
Double team Donald, here comes Sue.
and Sue. Yeah, and you got Talib on the corners.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Scary.
the all talk, all corners, bash people.
Marcus
down the
Peters
line.
intercepting.
Yeah.
with that, and all they're going to do is hold them for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
comes
Like,
that,
it's,
yeah.
But I do like both calls. Like I'm not against
Like
both.
this year, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like this season, there'll be a few teams I'm gonna watch. Like I think there's.
I think
good,
the
exciting
second.
moves.
I think we all agreed that this one of the wild cards will come from this one.
I think so.
Yeah.
100%.
So you're going
Rams.
DC, who you go?
I'm gonna say Rams too, but I think it's like this is another exciting division because there is a changing of the guard, kind of like player wise with Seattle, but the Rams are just too stacked. They had a really good year last year. They got last year's coach of the year. Sean McVay is young. He's hungry. He's ready. He wants to prove himself. Todd Gurley is. I reckon he's going to be out of his mind this year.
Yeah, he just got paid too.
They got Brandon Cooks to hopefully go downfield and Jared Goff lobbing it to him.
Yeah.
That
was such a good
one.
How the
But
Pats-
something- but
how the
something-
Pats let him go?
But on a side note
Look,
as
the
well,
minute he got cooked out in the Super Bowl, that was us.
Ooh,
That
Malcolm
was-
Jenkins.
that was-
Yes,
that was-
100%.
But I
I
think
was like, man, is he not
100%.
gonna wake up like today? Like,
Malcolm
or
Jenkins
the next
level.
Super Bowl? Like,
I think on a side note with that division, like you've got the Niners who are back in a healthy position. The Rams are in a real healthy position. Like seeing that rivalry again, like is gonna be good, especially with Jimmy G, Jared Goff. Like it's gonna be really good. So yeah, I think Rams.
That's
for
what I'm
me.
saying. Like, I think Seattle this year can't leave it till the very end. Like, they've got this habit of like starting off slow and then
Just piling
catching
up.
up in
Yeah.
the second half of the season stuff. I
Yeah.
don't think they'll be able to do that with the Rams because Rams and
49ers.
49ers there.
But also, like, I know they're definitely not favourites, but Arizona, like, you've got Josh Rosen, and he's definitely going to get a start in there because we all know Sam Bradford's not going to last 17 weeks. David Johnson is going to sign
back.
he's going to sign his extension, and they're going to announce it in a couple of days, I think. So, and he's going to get some ridiculous money, and then that's probably going to annoy Le'Veon Bell even more. But I think David Johnson is the best running back in the league. He's too versatile. Le'Veon Bell is a fantastic runner, and he's very patient. But David Johnson has athleticism. He can run the ball, truck people, step people. He can catch. He's fast. He's a massive threat.
Wait, with that, we'll go into the next segment because that covers one of the next segment. So you're going Rams. I'm going Rams as well.
Rams.
So we'll shoot through this one. We'll drag this out. So AFC, who we got winning the AFC? DC.
Winning the AFC?
Yep.
I think it's going to be a Chargers-Patriots AFC title game with the Chargers winning.
Whoo, Clint.
I'd go Jags Patriots,
Yep.
and I'd say Jags.
Devi,
Patriots, man.
just Patriots? You don't really need a second
I
team?
don't need a second team.
Jake?
I got Steelers. Steelers coming out of that.
I got Pats making it, beating Pitt if Le'Veon plays. NFC, we'll rush through this as well. NFC, who's representing NFC, Jake?
Packers.
Devi?
Mm-hmm. Packers.
You just going to hightail on his end or Packers?
Big
I go Rams, Vikings, and I go Rams.
Yep. DC?
I'm gonna say Rams too.
Yeah, I'm going Rams as well. And then overall, I've got Rams winning it this year, all in all. Jake?
Steelers.
Patriots.
Oh, what about the bias in these games?
Jags.
Jags? Whew. DC?
Wish fulfillment tells me Rams Chargers Super Bowl with Chargers winning.
Oh, me and Clint, the only non-biased
We
people.
can't.
With the Chargers at all.
It's a good year, man.
We're the only non-biased people. Okay, so it is time for Shoot Your Shot.
Shoot the J. Shoot it!
Okay, boys, I'll give about 10 minutes for this and just go wild. The Shoot Your Shot for today is Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. Everyone just go wild here. So what I've done all week, I've listened to Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless just go at it for these two, and it's crazy. But I'll give my answer real quick. There's no point even asking David what he's going to say. But if I wanted consistency and longevity, I'm going Tom Brady. But if I needed a miracle play or like a clutch play, I'd probably go Aaron Rodgers. But I'm more a Brady guy. I don't know why. I just like consistency. I don't. He's just reliable. So I'm going Tom Brady. So Shoot Your Shot. Tom Brady is for me over Rodgers. But it's very close.
I go Rodgers.
Yep, Clint's going Rodgers.
And that's because I look at it one way. Whenever the Patriots in a big game have needed points, he goes down and gets a field goal because it's safe.
Yep.
And then it's been on somebody like Vinatieri or something like that.
Yeah, Gostkowski.
Where, for example, in that rivalry, Manning always went, let's get the points, let's get the touchdown, let's do it that. Like, Brady is as safe as they come.
Yep.
But Aaron Rodgers...
He's a slinger. He's got the best
He
arm
is.
easily.
And let's not lie about it. How many Super Bowls do we think Aaron Rodgers wins if he's drafted at some stage? If Belichick misses out on the likes of Brady and has average quarterbacks and he ends up with somebody like a Rodgers instead.
Yeah.
Belichick's that good of a coach, though. He could have won with any team.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
If he
Rodgers
had changed scenarios.
Rodgers has won a Super Bowl with... This wasn't a great Packers team.
Yep.
And he's kept a consistent team every year with average
Not
players
much.
around him.
Yeah. Who did he beat in the Super Bowl? Sorry, Jake.
Steelers.
And that's my thing. Like, Rodgers has done more with less.
Yeah, yes, he has.
And
That's
not
very
just at player level, because I think Brady's done very well with very few big name receivers and everything
Yep.
around him.
Yep.
But Rodgers with less coaching as well.
I think that's a lot of it will come down to coaching. It's two different sides to it. Like, I look at from Green Bay. Like, Green Bay has, like, Rodgers was back up to Brett Favre, and then to be his successor is a lot of pressure to live up to. And he did. Like, he won a Super Bowl and stuff, but he's kind of struggled to get back there since.
He's like
That's how I feel.
he's
about it.
four and
Like-
he's like 4-9 or something in the playoffs ever since he won
Yeah,
that title.
like
so.
last year, like, he broke his clavicle and then that was a problem, so that, didn't really help out much. But it's just pure talent. I would take Rodgers,
Yeah.
but based on history and even, like, I think that Falcons Patriots Super Bowl cemented Brady as the best.
the greatest. I turned it off.
Yeah.
I think everyone did. I turned it off. I was like, how in the earth is the GOAT losing this one? I turned it back on.
I wanted to keep it on because I want to see him lose.
They're down by like 14, and I was like, no way he does this. You could just tell the whole tide just turned.
Jake still thinks that Edelman.
He dropped it.
He dropped it.
He dropped it.
We still argue about it till this very day. He still sends me photos and things. And
Dropped it.
He dropped it.
So,
Black
David,
rust.
Yeah.
why are you picking Brady?
No, I'm actually not.
What?
But I actually love Rodgers. Like,
Yeah, but if you can't.
no, like, look,
You're not
numbers don't
picking
lie,
Brady.
right? I mean, Brady's Brady, but like, it just sometimes, like, I mean, just watching Rodgers take those risks, like, I like when, like, Brady's more calculated.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
It's
He's
more
a
strategy.
surgeon.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He
Like,
literally is.
he'll-
He just dissects every little
Yeah.
thing that he
That-
needs to do.
the
and he's
Hail-
amazing at that.
The Hail Marys that Rodgers threw up against Arizona and against Detroit, like they were just amazing. Like they'll go down.
But you know
in
what?
history as some
You
of
know
the
why?
best plays
You know
ever.
I don't give a damn. Like as good as it was, the wide receiver got no credit for catching that ball.
No.
Well, that's the
all he has
thing.
to do is chuck it up.
Yeah.
Is the smallest man
Yeah.
back there,
And he
it
just-
goes straight to him and he catches it.
All he has to do.
Yeah.
Rodgers didn't know exactly where it was going to go.
Yeah.
He just tossed it up.
Like it's
Weird. Like
he can throw an accurate Hail Mary.
Yeah.
But it's
like the wide receiver got no credit for that. It was
at
all
the end of the
Rodgers.
day, the quarterback's job is to win games, and
Brady does it better.
Brady is the winningest quarterback in NFL
Yeah.
history.
But like, honestly, man, just watching Rodgers play, like some of the risks. That's why I love Garoppolo right now, because like it's like when you watch Brady throughout the whole season, you kind of wish he does a Hail Mary throughout the season somewhere. No, it's all just like short 5-10 yards.
Brady's version of a Hail Mary is about 20 yards.
Yeah, 15
I mean,
max.
the age comes into it, and I totally get it. But like that's why when you watch someone like Garoppolo or Rodgers take those risks, it's
The
fun.
gunslinger.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
He's the best gunslinger ever,
You know,
Aaron Rodgers.
Just spaces the whole thing up.
Oh no, I'll say Dan Marino is the best gunslinger ever.
Elway was a good gunslinger too.
He threw it hard.
Yeah, but he had big Shay.
But I mean, like, it's a tough one. But yeah, I think Rodgers, and that's coming from me.
So you're
Like,
picking Rodgers over Brady.
I'm actually for just that.
Shit.
Like, if I had to win a
Get
Super
this
Bowl,
man off.
I'd still pick Brady. If
I'm
I'd
not
actually-
giving him anything because I gave Eagles credit,
Yeah.
so I'm leaving him.
It is what it is, man. Like sometimes you just have to,
Very interesting.
But like if I had to win a Super Bowl, for sure Brady would start.
So who are you picking, mate?
For
Out of those two.
Out of
oh,
those-
like there's certain aspects if you really want to break it
You gotta
down.
pick
like, if
one,
I had to
pick
choose
one, pick one.
Rodgers.
Rodgers. So we've got two Rodgers, two Brady.
I'm going
Jake,
Rodgers.
you going Rodgers?
I've gone Rodgers.
Why are you going Rodgers?
I think Belichick makes Brady look good.
I agree with that.
I think without Belichick, I don't think Brady's the quarterback that he is now.
100%. But
Yeah.
Belichick
But
ain't
no one
throwing the
thought
ball.
about Brady when he first showed up.
No, but that defense carried him.
Yeah.
That defense was a top 5 defense every year with the likes of Liam Lloyd,
Except
Tyler Moore,
The Falcons
Lee
won.
McGuinness.
The Falcons won. His defense was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
won. He carried that one.
Yeah, but at the same time, let's not lie about it. Shanahan decided to choke the dog there, where he decided, you know what, we're going to come out and we're just going to pass.
Yeah.
All we've got to do is run the clock down, but you know what, we're going to trick you, we're going to pass.
Yeah.
And we're going to pass, and we're going to pass.
Man, I'm
and
telling
we're
you,
gonna
that
pass.
game, like in the second half, like there were certain times we were like, okay, we're coming back, and then they'd still kill us.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, here we go again. Like Julio does that catch and everything like that, and you still think, like any chance we got to come back, it just got destroyed. And
Yeah.
then, I don't know how.
That's why. Yeah. After that game, I can't put
the
anyone ahead
Falcons,
of.
the Falcons defense was gassed. And that was, like I said, that was just Shanahan sitting there going to the Seahawks, no, this is how you pass in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You don't throw it to the opposition, but you just
Yeah.
kind of do that. And
So here's a little side question. So Brady's got 5, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
How many should he have?
Oh,
6. He should have had it. One of them.
The Tuck rule. He shouldn't have that one.
No, it was one. It was one
And he
against
should
New
have
York.
never had the Malcolm Butler one.
The one against New York, I think they should have had.
the New York. I thought so.
One of
That's
those.
what
One of those New York teams didn't deserve it.
The helmet catch one.
The helmet catch one.
Was that 07 or 11?
But it's happened to us quite a few times.
I wish they won the 07 one because I'm a big Randy Moss fan. I wish they won.
That was
one.
the perfect season. It was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
got.
they
yeah.
needed
I
one
wish.
more than
I
that.
wish they got that one. I love Randy Moss, and to see him not win one was pretty sad. But
the,
I
game,
guess.
the game's changed for ways to hit the quarterback because of Brady.
Yeah.
And don't touch me.
Yeah.
I'll
It's
put
all
my
from,
hand up,
Yeah.
rip the flag out,
Yeah.
I'm not going down.
it's all from Brady. The Tuck
Yeah.
rule one that saved them massively
But
against
this
Oakland.
Philly one hurt us.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like I was upset about it. Like
The Philly
honestly.
one?
Yeah, I mean, like just. We were,
I wasn't
like,
upset.
The,
I was quite happy.
The
The Falcons
I
one
was with him, yeah, I'm quite happy. I was sitting there going, don't let them win this. I don't want the Eagles
We
to
were
win
due.
this.
We're
So,
due.
like, so
Mate,
even after like he's got 5, you still wanted that 6th one, and like it's just.
I don't think he's better than Montana. So I don't think he deserves to pass him.
I've got him over Montana, just. But
But
it's very debatable. like I said,
That last Super Bowl was just fun to watch, man. Even losing.
that Hawks one that was too much for me. That was like, there's no way.
But no,
you can't
the
say he's the
Philly
greatest.
Patriots one was.
I don't think it really tarnished him losing against us, because he was pretty much perfect until Brandon Graham got him at the end.
I think he needs that 6.
I think you
he
guys showed how
To kind of, but we didn't slow him down. He got 500 yards.
yeah,
man, on
but
us.
I think you
No, but
guys
then
showed
again, you guys
how
got about
to
the same, if not more.
just not just
Yeah.
slow them down, but the vulnerability of them by taking away that deep threat.
Yeah.
When Cook went out,
When Cook went, Malcolm Jenkins on
that's
YouTube.
why I sent my messages saying this game's over. Cook's out. They're just
Yeah,
gonna
no
play
long ball.
short.
He had no long ball.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we got DC. You got Brady. Clinton. You got A-Rod.
Rodgers.
Devi, I don't know why you picked Rodgers. Jake, you gone Rodgers?
Rodgers.
I've gone TB12. That is shoot your shot. Okay, boys.
It's time for one gotta go.
For one gotta go today, I haven't told you guys what it is, so it's off the top of the cuff. So I've done running backs today. So the 4 best running backs I think in the league: Le'Veon Bell, Ezekiel Elliott, Todd Gurley, and David Johnson. One of them has to go. We'll start with you, Jake. You've been the quietest. And for those 4, who has to go for you?
Bell. Just for his holding out on the contract.
His attitude.
His attitude.
You don't like the attitude?
This is a burnt
it's
Steelers
frustrating.
fan.
He's salty on him now.
This is an angry
Just out of
Steelers fan.
spite.
Yeah, pretty much out of spite, yeah. No, it's
So you
frustrating.
You actually don't mind if he leaves.
He's going to leave.
Right.
Everyone knows he's going to leave.
Okay.
So,
What's the 4 again? Look, Bell?
Yep.
Elliott?
Zeke, Gurley, Johnson. People are going to sleep on Johnson because he missed a year, but he's a bad boy.
Yeah, you spoke of him, right?
In an average team.
Yeah.
That's what probably brought light to it, but
Yep.
if he didn't, I probably would have said he'd be the one going out as well.
So Jake's going Le'Veon. Dovey, who you going?
I'm going Johnson only for the fact that I personally have not seen him play yet. So.
He's a bad boy. I'll just tell you that much.
Clearly, I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Clint?
Bell,
Because of the attitude, or?
based on age more than anything else.
Yeah.
Is
You
he-
like? Does anyone like his style of play?
I'm not. You know what?
It's so much weird, eh? Like
It's efficient.
he'll just stick behind them
It's
as long as he has to.
And to be honest, if you put him behind, like I said, the Raiders line a couple of years ago or Dallas's line,
Yeah.
he would kill people.
If he went behind the Dallas line, he would be scary.
But it's just once you get to a certain age as a running back, you do drop off.
Yeah.
It's just not as explosive, and I think the other 3. The other part of the other 3 is they can run over you.
Yep.
Bell will run around you
Yep.
and juke you and
Yeah.
step you and do all that, but he ain't going through you.
Yep.
When you need 1 yard and he's got a defender to beat, he's going to try and step him.
Yeah.
Those other 3 will kind of look at him and go, stop me.
Yeah. Just run straight through.
Yeah.
Yep. DC, I think Dave Johnson's not going for you.
No, DJ for sure is not going for me. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bell just based on what's been happening and stuff like that. And also age is definitely against him. I think rank wise, you're gonna go DJ, Zeke, Gurley, and then Bell.
Yeah, but that's overall, eh?
Yeah,
Because I think as a runner, I think Zeke's the best runner.
Zeke is the best pure runner,
Yeah,
but when it comes to versatility,
he's not a great catcher.
He's improving.
Yeah, he's got better hands.
But at the same time, Gurley come out and he wasn't a very...
Yeah, and he had an average year last year
Yeah.
with the hands, but
I thought Gurley was exciting, man.
I
he's-
rate him, and he's part of the reason I picked the Rams to win. To
yeah,
go
exactly.
through the
Same.
Super Bowl.
yeah,
same.
Big
Plus
part.
the big defense they picked up. But I'm going Le'Veon as well purely because his attitude. Maybe I don't like Jake. I just don't like what he's doing to a great organisation. He's pretty much throwing them out, which sucks. He's throwing them off.
Steelers also have a history of not paying people.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who you are, unless your name's Roethlisberger. They
Or
really
AB.
don't- Yeah, or AB now, but
Yeah.
they have a history of not paying anybody.
Yeah.
And they're the originals like Belichick. You say, I'm good. And they
Yeah.
go, for a couple of years, yes, see you later.
Yeah.
And they're right 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Patriots does that as well. We don't really pay.
Yeah. Obviously, cutting wide receivers left, right,
Steelers
centre.
were the originals at it.
Yeah. So we'll go. So one got to go to DC. Yours was Le'Veon.
Yep.
Clint, yours was Le'Veon.
Yep.
David, yours was DJ.
Hmm.
And mine and Jake's was Le'Veon. So that's one got to go. So, boys, we've got the last segment of the night. Load it up. It's time for rapid fire. On today's rapid fire, so it's all award predictions. So just give me one word answer for the award and maybe explain why. And then we will go on from there. So, DC, offensive rookie, who you got?
Saquon Barkley.
That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, I've got him
Clint?
as well.
Yep,
Yep.
I got Barkley as well. So that was a quick one. Defensive rookie, this would be a little harder possibly. DC?
Roquan Smith. Reason why I didn't have him initially, but because Khalil Mack has gone to Chicago and he's going to really upgrade that defense, Roquan is going to have a little bit more inspiration to play better.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Beneficiary from it?
I'm going with Roquan.
Yep. Clint?
I originally had Smith as well,
Yep.
but I
So,
went with the person that got picked where I was hoping Dallas would get him a couple of picks later with Derwin James.
Yep. It's a good pick.
Smith.
David?
Smith.
Why?
Just because my man, he's
David wasn't prepared for this question. I'm just throwing him under the bus.
that one was.
He's gonna be a brilliant quarterback in that pass rush.
Sweet.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
because he's got two pass rushers on the edge.
Yep.
A good strong middle,
And just...
and he's sideline to sideline. He's going to stop anything that gets
Yeah.
through.
So I originally had him as well, but I went somewhere else. Jake, who you got?
Terrell Edmonds.
Ooh.
I'm liking this.
Oh yeah, that's a
Bit of
very good
versatility. Why are you going Edmonds?
Steelers.
That's what he.
But he covers so much.
Yeah, he is a good player. That's the scary
He
part.
And I
covers
think-
so much.
And I think he'll still have Shazier helping him off the field
Yeah,
in that position.
yeah.
Why? Because Shazier will be on crutches.
No,
like
guidance.
helping
Oh,
Guidance, talking.
Oh, what
Off
about
the
the
field.
What about the
What
shot?
shot? Yeah,
What about the
Jesus
Steelers shot
Christ.
from a Charger fan?
What's his status now? Like,
Shows you he's still on crutches. Isn't he? He's not playing this year.
it's going to be a long time
Yeah,
before he plays.
he's ruled.
right?
It's good to see him walking again.
Yeah, it is. It is. He's the man. So I've gone Bradley Chubb. So I just think of Denver. He's got Von on the other side. I think he'll get single coverage.
And DeMarcus Ware's helping him.
Yeah.
Coaching
And he
him
kind
too.
of he somewhat plays like DeMarcus Ware.
Miller was very good, and then Ware got there and taught him how to be a
Turned
professional.
into an All-Pro. Yeah.
And
Oh,
I think,
because he was loose. Von Miller was loose off the field.
yeah, and Chubb was the same for me as well. Like he has it all.
Yeah.
And with Miller next to him, he's going to get a
Yeah.
lot of single coverage.
So I'm just thinking Von Miller will get doubled every
and
single
he's going to come
snap.
off the edge.
And then Chubb will just come off the edge, single coverage. So that's why I've gone Chubb. So DC Offensive Player of the Year, who you got?
Todd Gurley.
He won it last year. Makes sense.
I'm excited about him.
Clint?
Out of the box, Deshaun Watson,
Oh, that kid is a freak.
Oh, that's interesting.
I love Deshaun Watson.
because he can pass,
He
he can
runs.
run.
Yeah,
That defense is going to take care of him.
and he's got Hopkins.
He's got decent players around him.
Yeah,
If he gets them back to the playoffs, I can't see why he can't do it.
yeah, good job. David?
Man, Garoppolo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Garoppolo. I think he's
you got a connection there, don't you?
No, look, but like, there's certain plays.
Just because he's dating porn stars, is that why he lost it?
That's a bonus. no, but I mean, I watched him play the first 4 games.
That was his signing bonus.
Yeah, get to date
It's
porn
just
stars in
like-
Frisco.
You know that kid's got talent.
Yeah, he does. He does. He knows he's got it too.
And he does. It's just the bottom line. He takes risks. You know, like
Yeah.
that's the most exciting thing about it. Like he's got the height, he's got the speed.
Would you have been against? Here's a side question. Would you have been against if Kraft didn't step in, Belichick, and say, "No, get rid of Tom Brady, keep Jimmy G"? What would you have wanted as a Pats fan? Because it was all Kraft. Kraft was the one who changed his mind.
Okay, just like how you asked me about the Rodgers and thing, right? And
Yeah.
I spoke and I chose Rodgers.
Go on, Jimmy G.
Who can't
No,
Jimmy G over TV?
You know how exciting it was that first 4 games when Brady was out.
Yeah,
And he came on, like, I mean, obviously they tried him and he got injured, then they had the second, third string, he got traded to the Colts. But just watching him in those couple of games, man, you're like, the future looks pretty...
Yeah.
Jacoby
Brissett,
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, he was like, Garoppolo's just on a whole nother level.
So you wouldn't have been against if Belichick said no,
that
get rid
4
of
games when Brady was suspended, man, we were fine.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, there was no cause for concern. Like, it was nail-biting wins, like, it was very close wins. But as a fan, we were like,
It
man,
showed you
this
the
is...
future.
this is exciting.
Yeah.
Like, not gonna lie, like I mean,
I think so. I think you know how we went to San Fran. I think Tom Brady would have fit San Fran perfectly anyway.
Look,
He was a 49 fan, 49 fan growing up. So I think
true,
either
but
way,
like, I mean, he's
would have worked out
he's
well.
like a one team.
Well, he was about to get traded.
Yeah,
He was very close.
I know, but like, I mean, if you ask me honestly, like that when Garoppolo stepped on, man, we were fine.
So you wouldn't have been upset had they got rid of TV.
I just think like Brady had done his time, right? Like even winning that Atlanta one.
Yep.
If they could have kept Garoppolo, man, I'm telling you, we would have still been on top for a few, like at least another few more years.
This is a far going for Rodgers move that he's talking about.
Yeah.
And
But with less Super Bowls.
and the thing is, I think the players were like they liked him as well.
Yeah.
The players actually really liked him.
Jimmy G.
Yeah.
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 He's
They could
quite-
relate to him a little, like, you know, but Tom Brady is obviously, look, don't get me wrong, like, you know, but just looking forward, he was.
So you would have been upset.
Uh,
So 5 minutes later, you would have still been happy. Yeah. Oh, how hard is it? We can't even get one good quarterback. Jake, who's your offensive player?
Deshaun Watson.
Whew, I like him. He's.
Yeah.
I've gone kind of out of the box. I've gone Zeke. I think he's going to eat and eat big this year behind that line.
Frederick scares me.
Yeah.
And it's only because if they get pushed up the middle, Dak's handed it to him with a player already in his face.
Yeah.
And that's all that worries me. Like,
Yeah.
Looney's okay, but Martin's already missed time
Yeah, I was
because
going
of
to
injuries.
say. Yeah, Martin's had a bit of.
You've got Connor Williams, who's a young rookie,
Yep.
and now Frederick's out injured. That middle's just a little bit susceptible.
Yeah. I've gone Zeke. I just think he'll eat big. Coach of the year. We'll shoot through these ones. DC.
Oh, coach of the year was tough. I'm going to say Kyle Shanahan.
I've got Kyle Shanahan as well.
Yeah. Why boys? Elaborate.
49ers turn it around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
49ers are just in a real good spot at the
Yeah.
moment, and they've got a lot of talent. They hit a bit of a downslide with McKinnon going out, but I
Yeah.
think they'll still put themselves in a good position.
Yeah.
So.
So
Yeah, I
like
think so.
And he is very talented.
Jimmy.
And he, no, Shanahan, like, he'll
Yeah,
get
as
the
a coach.
best. He'll
Yeah.
get the
He's
best
had his
out of
first
the
year to
team.
adjust now, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that will be good.
yeah.
That will be
They
really
finished
good.
up the year really well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Last
exactly
season,
right. And
They finished up the season.
I think they make the playoffs, and I think that gets him the award.
Yep. So you're going to
So,
David?
yeah, for sure.
Jake, who are you going?
I went Hugh Jackson.
Cool.
Because that's another big turnaround.
I think they're going to do well. Like,
So do I.
Because they've gone, four wins in the last 3 years?
yeah. His record.
And I think they'll get 5 or 6 wins.
I hope they do.
Well, he's won, one game out
In
of
the last 2
32.
Yeah, I actually hope they do well.
So I went him. I think he's
Yeah,
going to
I-
turn Cleveland
No one
around.
I think so
Finally.
too. I think so
Finally.
too.
Yeah,
Like, it's a good defense.
yeah.
It's
The wideouts are getting
talented
better.
wide
Yeah.
receivers.
Just depends on how, like,
If Gordon stays clean,
yeah, which you should be able to.
if he stays clean,
Yeah,
he's a top 3 receiver, top 5 receiver.
yeah, he's good. It just depends on how Baker goes or Tyrod.
Well, it's Tyrod for a while
Yeah.
until they show Baker the speed, and then
Yeah,
And I think Hugh Jackson's a good pick. I think it is.
yeah. Oh, so I've kind of piggybacked off what Jake said for NFC East, or was it West?
West.
East. So I've gone Pete Carroll because he's not as loaded as he used to be, but I think he'll get into the playoffs.
I thought you were going to say Gruden.
That guy needs to go back to the commentary box, mate. I've gone Pete Carroll. I've always liked him. I liked him in USC, not UFC. So I think he'll get coach of the year. And the last award, boys.
You've got defensive as well.
Oh yeah, that's the one I forgot. Okay, DC go defensive.
If JJ Watt can stay healthy, him. Otherwise, Joey Bosa.
Woo!
Aaron Donald.
AD,
I was going to say Donald or Mac.
going safe.
Yeah.
I went Sue.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, Donald.
Well,
Donald will Sue.
Donald's
Yeah, they're going to focus on one, and then the other one will
Sue,
just cut through. I'm going to go Fletcher Cox. He had a good season last year. Hopefully, we're kind of more. We got Bennett and
I think Fletcher Cox
and Nasa.
if he finished second last year in the running for it.
Yeah,
Would've
he'll
been
be
close
right up
to
there. So our defensive line is stacked now. We got Nata, we picked up Bennett, Brandon Graham's there. So I think Fletcher Cox will benefit from that. And final award, gentlemen, MVP. Who you got, DC?
Aaron Rodgers.
Safe.
Todd Gurley.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was going to say Todd Gurley.
Yep. Jake.
Russell Wilson.
I've got
carrying your Seahawks all the way.
Yeah.
I've got Aaron Rodgers. I think he'll just come back and just have one of those years. So that is the agenda for today, boys. Any final words?
Go Steelers.
Go Pats, man.
So season starts tomorrow at 10:20 a.m. Australian time. So Eagles are playing the Falcons. So I've
Down
got the
goes
day off.
Foles when Wentz comes back. Down goes Wentz.
Yeah, but that's crazy. So, I don't know.
It's stacked, man.
Yeah, we are, but I don't like Foles. I don't.
I'm hoping Foles comes out and throws 5 picks.
Yeah, he will. He'll struggle. He'll go back to St. Louis. Foles, I think. I don't think he'll play well at all, and I'm worried. And we don't have Alshon Jeffrey. He's off tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
That and
How long is he out for?
Watch for the
two
Jaguars.
to 3, and then Carson's still out for a couple, and then you got Julio on the other side.
You'll go 12-4.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so.
I think so. That's what I told you.
So we got Darby on Julio. Julio's going to eat Darby alive.
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
You've got talent everywhere.
Yeah. Thanks, gentlemen, for coming on. Darby, plug.
Street Focus is Shop 728 Park Lee on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday, all pretty much urban gear, basketball when the season kicks in again, and hopefully we're waiting to just get the new NFL gears and we're ready to go. So anything you need when it comes to sports, check us out. You might even see Will make a special appearance.
I'll be there.
You know,
I will be
to
there.
come get his Patriots gear.
No way.
He's already ordered it on the low key,
No,
like
you're
on the
kidding.
down low.
You are kidding yourself. Again, check out our sponsors, Cooper Brothers Clothing, Castle Hill Mall Level 2. And thanks, guys, for coming. Enjoy the NFL season, guys. Thank you.